SMT Nation, we back. Nation, AT&T announced a huge deal with Ericsson to basically give them the entire network. Right? Ericsson has an AT&T contract for the development and operations of an entire 5G network on a national level. AT&T has basically walked away from Nokia for the time being. And of course, AT&T, playing diplomatic, said that, Nokia is still in play and, there's still a future with them and all those types of things. But the truth is that they basically took advantage of a huge opportunity, and they actually took advantage of the vendors, specifically both Ericsson and Nokia, and it was all timing. Let me tell you exactly what AT&T did and how they took advantage of a situation that was really bad. Probably exaggerates things a little bit, but to the benefits of AT&T. All right, the link for the press release from AT&T and Ericsson will be in the description box for you guys to follow along and get the details on it, and ways to support the SMT YouTube channel you can find there as well. Anyways, to kind of describe what I meant in my introduction. AT&T made this announcement. They got this deal now with Ericsson. It is going to save them a lot of money, right? Going O-RAN allows them to use any vendor they want. Specifically, right, they're going to be working with Fujitsu with this whole Open RAN platform with Ericsson. And it's all going to be about efficiencies, cost savings, and completely modernizing the network. Obviously, they're going to have to go in and take out all that Nokia gear and replace it with Ericsson gear. And that's what Ericsson's going to be doing. That gives AT&T the opportunity to basically modernize every single cell site that hasn't been modernized yet with 5G Plus. So there's benefits and gains there. They're obviously going to modernize the rest of the network. That's also Ericsson too. They're going to have, multiple frequency installations, synergies with, Ericsson obviously providing radios that are fully interoperable, completely brand new and modern, multiple frequencies on the same radios. Like, it's a fantastic situation. But the kicker here is AT&T taking advantage of the timing. Folks, it is not an exaggeration when, CEO John Stankey says something like this. He said, "We can take advantage of a little bit of a lull right now in the supply base. We stepped back, looked at it, and said this was an opportunity for us to do that." What he's talking about is he's taken advantage of an opportunity where things are bad economically at Nokia and Ericsson. Nokia just announced job cuts of 14,000 people. And I'm pretty sure Ericsson had announced like a 5% revenue loss or something like that, quarter over quarter, year over year. I forget what the metric was, but they're all down. They haven't seen the 5G surge that they thought was coming and that they promised investors. That, to me, forces them to act and move in desperation. And I think AT&T and John Stankey, I think they did that. I think they took advantage of the situation. This probably drove down costs, that AT&T just absolutely loved and couldn't pass up on the opportunity, and guaranteed they leveraged the companies against each other. And that deal is probably going to be the reason AT&T will peel back a little bit of spending, also emphasize the build on fiber, and still be able to compete in the wireless space. I don't think they were going to be able to do that otherwise. I don't think they were going to be able to compete with Verizon or even T-Mobile, for that matter, without having something like this in place, where they were able to kill two birds with one stone, fully modernize, expand the network, and get the synergies with their frequencies. It's all on Ericsson, it's going to save them a ton of money in the way that this is constructed. And the timing is absolutely impeccable. And I said it on my last video, Stanky playing chess really did a number here. He really lined up his ducks in a row, and he's going to keep his company afloat because of moves like this. Really sharp stuff from the Stankmeister, the big Stank, making big moves, right? Taking advantage of these opportunities. And that's going to keep the company in a strong position moving forward. Otherwise, I think they were going to be a distant third in wireless now I see them definitely in the fold moving forward. What say you? Sound off in the comment section below. You are the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.